Hello and welcome to the show. We are Jim and Sam, and this is the channel where we like to give you our rating first. Then we like to talk about the things that we did and did not like about the movie you just watched. We are doing two shows we got to do today. We have On the Basis of Sex and If Beale Street Could Talk. This one is about On the Basis of Sex. So Sam, you ready to give our rating for On the Basis of Sex?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Wait for it.
No.
It's a fine film. It's perfectly
a very
good.
Fine film.
It's a good film. This is the biopic about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and her first court case that made her famous.
Well known.
Well known, I guess. But it made her a figure in the women's equality march, so to say, or so to speak. It pretty much chronicles, I want to say, like her first 10 years. It's like from her college years all the way up until the case.
Very interesting story, actually. I mean, she didn't even come away from college being able to be a lawyer because she was a woman. Mm-hmm. And the things that were said to her were kind of, surprising. But it was kind of an eye-opening film for me. I didn't realize that was the kind of... I mean, I knew that those were the kinds of things that women had to go through and able to be known in the workforce, but I didn't really realize that some of the words that were said to her and how difficult it was for her to be a lawyer in the 50s and the 60s was as complicated as it was.
Yeah. I will say that this film kind of reminded me of Hidden Figures, but I felt like Hidden Figures I found it far more enjoyable, but it's got that sort of vibe, similar sort of vibe to it, where they both deal with social rights issues. I do feel like the film is more about Ruth Bader Ginsburg's quest to be taken seriously. Almost like her quest almost overshadowed the actual cause of who she was going for. And I kind of wanted more of sort of the social ramifications of what her case was going to do outside of just her daughter. Because her daughter is a key part of it, and they kind of use her as...
Is it because she's going to take it on later, or is it because that she had some crucial points? I mean, she was only a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, I would like to have seen like a little bit more like reverberation within, I guess, the culture of her court case winning. I think one of the things that I had, and if they were going to take social liberties, I think I would like to have seen this be made into like a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Because it does feel, within the context of the movie, the case felt very kind of aside of the people who were involved with the case felt very small.
I think it was very small, though. I
Possibly.
think, like, realistically, the case wasn't very public. It was not a case that was going to draw attention. It was something that was kind of behind the scenes that began her career and dumped out her career. And that's, I think, what made it so appealing for me as a person who's watching this film. It wasn't this big extravagant case that some lawyers, end up winning, and then all of a sudden they're the lawyer to get. I think it was that she had to start somewhere and work her way up, and this small case for her was the biggest case of her life as far as moving forward in her career to where she is today.
Now, I will say that the acting of this film was, for the most part, very good. Felicity Jones is really good as Ruth. I liked Armie Hammer as her husband, Marty.
Yeah, he's great.
Her daughter was really great. I don't know who the actress was. She was really good. Justin Theroux as her sort of trainer, mentor was really good. He played the guy that owned, I believe, the publishing company. And
I think that what did it for me, as far as from a wait for it to see it, was even though the lead up to the case wasn't very interesting, it was that journey that she took that was very appealing to me.
Yeah. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she's an important figure. She's been on the Supreme Court since 1993. She's been serving on it for 25 years. She's one of the most prominent figures, I believe, in the justice system, or at least female prominent figures in the justice system. If this story does interest you, I do recommend checking out the documentary that came out this year called RBG. It's her documentary. It's a documentary about her. It's supposed to be one of the best of the year. I have not seen it. I actually had no idea what the documentary was until I saw this movie, and I put two and two together.
Oh.
RBG, and I didn't know what RBG was. It's Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing that. I think
Yeah.
that it would be an interesting one to watch.
Because the stuff that follows this case seems like it's super interesting, because her whole thing is that she wants to topple all the laws that go against equality one by one. And
mean,
that's essentially what she does.
She had to read, 25,000 laws or something? 25,000 pages of law?
No, it was, I think they said 123 laws that distinguish.
But the pages, there was like a giant page number that they gave her.
That was another thing that didn't exist back then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like those pages, the computer, all that stuff. That was
The computer.
like when they go to I believe it's the Pentagon to go get the laws, and the guy's like, "Oh, what is this machine?" He's like, "This is the thing that's going to find all the pages that we need that we're going to send to Ruth."
Oh, I did not realize that.
Like that's not a real thing. There's some meetings.
that's right.
There's some things in this film that actually never really
Gotcha.
happened that they do for dramatic effect, and I'm fine with that.
Which they do in a lot of movies that are based on real life.
Yeah, I would be super interested in seeing the documentary, because what follows this case seems far. I don't want to say it does seem far more interesting than just this one single case, because I want to see the ramifications of what this led to. Because even after the film ends, when the case is over, they specifically state, we don't know if we won yet. And the film ends with them walking out of the court case on this high that they feel like they may have won the court case, but they don't know if they won the court case. And then we actually find out the victory in like title cards at the end, which was another thing that kind of like bothered me a little bit. That's another reason like I wanted to see like her winning the case.
It's almost like the story got you so far to get interested in her. And then it was just kind of like, okay, and now we're over.
Yeah. But even with all that said, it's still a fine film. I found it very entertaining. It's actually quite comical from time to time. There is some social justice stuff in it. I didn't feel like I was hit over the head too much with it. Outside of just the ending, me feeling like it was a little anticlimactic, it's a fine film.
It is a fine film. I really enjoyed it, and I liked everything that led up to the court case. I wish that the actual trial was a little bit more intense, except for there was like a good 2 minutes during the trial that was intense. However, it was interesting and nice to be able to see all of this unfold.
Yeah, the court case is essentially, they go up there, give their defense, they have the counter, the government has the counter to it, and then they go back up and have a rebuttal, and that's it. And it probably plays over the course of like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's it for me.
That's it for me.
All right. So on the basis of sex, have you seen it yet? I know it's in limited release. If you did see it, what did you think? If you haven't seen it, are you excited to see it? Also, did you see RBG? I'm super interested in seeing that. That's supposed to be one of the better documentaries of the year. And we saw quite a few good ones last year. A couple of them actually made my best of list. So RBG is one that I am interested in seeing. Anything for you?
Nothing for me. I think I'm good to go.
Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And as always, we will see you next time. We've got If Beale Street Could Talk next.